All right, we are live. Good morning from CanJam SoCal 2024. I have Fang with me from HiFiMan. Good to see you. Always a pleasure.
Good to see you too.
And we are really excited for this day. We're going to be live streaming all day long, just like yesterday. And we have some great guests that are going to be coming on with us all day to talk about amazing HeadFi products. And we're going to start today with these two new beauties. Oh my goodness. This is amazing too. The way you can protect it with the magnets.
Yeah.
I really love this. So this is the Susvara Unveiled. If you guys can see that. Oh, look at the way it shines in the light. That's cool. Very cool. So talk to us about this. This has been out now for a few months, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is they call some Susvara Unveiled.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the unveiled means there's no view. The view means it's like a mask, right?
Right.
So it's gonna hide your sound and make it blur. So the original idea is actually from 2015-16. I remember at that time we just released the HE1000, and on HE1000 we have the grill design called the window shade
Right.
design, right? So the idea is that comparing to the regular metal mesh grill, the window shade can exposure more openness.
Right.
Can do so that the sound wave from the diaphragm won't be reflected that much the regular mesh. So that works pretty good.
So it gives you a more open sound,
Yeah.
more open
Yeah.
sound than even before, which they sounded pretty darn good before.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Yeah. So at that time, remember it's the first generation we do the nano thickness diaphragm, which is tiny thing, less than 1 micrometer thickness. So it's so light. For the regular, for example, the dynamic drivers, the thickness of the diaphragm can be very, very thick.
Right.
And then the reflections from the sound wave won't make any difference
Right.
on that kind of thickness and the weight. But for the nano thickness diaphragm, it's so light that the reflection does matter. Gonna change the sound,
Right.
Which is audible difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when we generate the window shade grill, okay, we change the size. We change the size of the grill, and we also notice that sound different. So why not we just get rid of it?
We're adjusting the sound right now, Robert. Thank you. How's that? Tell me if. Go ahead and keep talking. Let's see if he wanted your mic up a little higher. So
Sure. So why not just get rid of the grill and what's gonna happen? So it's a crazy idea. In 2006, we made the prototype, but we dare not to merchandise it.
right.
Yeah, the reason is we just worry about its reliability. In the air is not 100% clean,
Right.
right? So there are dust, there are moisture, there is a lot of whole bunch of different things. So it's gonna impact. So we leave it there, and so every a few days we play a little bit with it. So for about almost a decade. So I think it's still working.
That's
It is
cool.
still working. So we decided to release it.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I like it. I just like also the magnet, how you built that design to protect it too when you're storing it. That's really smart. Like,
Yeah.
I've never seen that before. So that's a really innovative idea.
Sure.
So tell me about this beauty. And this is the one everybody's asking about because this one just got announced, right?
Yes.
So I don't know if you guys saw that, but the magnets to protect, quite beautiful really in the way it works. So I'll hold this up for everybody to see. And Robert, you liking that audio? Sound? Yeah, he said perfect. So that's good. Thank you for that, Robert. That's why we have you wonderful people always helping us. So thank you.
Yeah.
So this is the new HE1000 unveiled.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This this is the remember when we released the Susvara Unveiled.
Yeah.
At that time we make it very expensive. The sound actually be better than the Susvara. So we really want to apply this new design to the lower models so that both other people can afford it. So that is the where the HE1000 Unveiled coming from. The HE1000 is a legendary
Legendary.
model.
I love. Yeah, I
It's a
do.
legendary
It's one of
model.
my favorites. Yeah.
Thank you, thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, in the early years when we first when we start to release it, is 2015. I remember that in between the HE6 and HE1000, there are 3 years gap.
Yeah.
Actually, 4 years, 4 years gap. So why there is a gap there? Okay, so the HE5, HE6 is something we released early years in 2009, 2010. So it's semi DIY project. So we know how to make it sound, but we don't know why.
Right.
So it actually become a bottleneck at those years, and we really want to figure out uh, why it sounds good, and
Right.
how to change the sound significantly. So in about 3 to 4 years, we set up a small lab, and in the every day we did experiments on the diaphragm, on the magnets, on the mental tracing, and the design of the ear cup structures. So slowly we learn how to quantitatively um, design a planar headphones, everything under control. So it's a complicated system. So basically, anywhere in the on the headphones you change it, you change the sound. So in 2005, we believe that we know something. So that is where the HE1000 coming from.
Right.
Yeah. So as I said, so immediately we made the non-grill prototype, um, which is 2016. So this is the HE1000 Unveiled is actually something be very close to that prototype.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And so this is still the easier of the two between to drive, right?
Yes.
For efficiency standpoint.
Yes.
So if you don't want to buy the bigger, beefier amps and you want a little bit more efficiency, this is still the way to go.
Yes.
But this has its advantages too, even if you get the beefier amp. So
Yeah. Basically, the sensitivity is very close to the original HE1000 SE, which is 95 dB.
okay.
Um, so we designed the HE1000 Unveiled is that if somebody who don't want to spend that amount of money,
Yeah.
but they still can get into such a kind of sound quality be close to the Susvara Unveiled.
Right.
So it doesn't require a very heavy amplifier.
Right.
So half watts per channel can easily drive it.
Yeah, and that's most any headphone amp really. The
Yeah.
basics, or even I mean, that's not bad at all.
Yeah.
And then what is a Susvara generally?
Susvara will require at least 5 watts.
By 5 watts, yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I thought. And the difference in price between these two, what is the Susvara retailing for now? The new one, the Unveiled.
$8,000.
Okay, $8,000,
Yeah.
and then the HE1000 Unveiled.
Well, it's more than 2,000.
Okay, cool. So that's a substantial savings, and you get pretty amazing sound too. So if you can't afford the highest level,
Yeah.
you have a great option in the HE1000 Unveiled.
Yeah. So basically we have the GA10 vacuum tube amp, which is very affordable, like 1,500.
Okay.
1,600. So that amplifier designed for the HE1000 Unveiled.
Okay.
The in the low impedance, it's only like 600 milliwatts per channel, but it's very transparent and very natural sound with a high-end vacuum tube experience.
Okay.
So that one combined with HE1000 Unveiled is actually a pretty good combo. So if you have some other amplifier which is
Similar.
doesn't have to be as expensive as
Right.
our EF1000, which is
You're right.
ready design.
Yeah. Yeah, because I know the Susvara takes some. You need some current to drive that bad boy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember I had the HE1000 SE for quite a long time, and I loved that headphone, and it was fairly easy to drive. You know, it was. What was the? I'm trying to remember the. Well, how many ohms was the original? But how many ohms is this one?
It's like 20 something.
20 ohms. Okay, cool.
20,
Yeah,
20, 20,
perfect.
something.
Yeah, that's cool. I just really love the visual design language of these headphones too.
Oh sure.
I think they look really spectacular.
Sure. Yeah. We, the HE1000, the design is quite successful. So we spend a long time on how to improve the grill side. Because the window shade is an icon of HiFiMan.
Right.
So when we do the completely open design, so there's no grill. So we work with the industrial designers for a long time to make it better. So the surrounding the magnets side, which is still be a kind of grill on the side, we actually changed the design for at least 3 times to make it look nice.
That looks beautiful. You guys did good. Really good job. Yeah. So what else I mean, you've announced brand new headphone here, and the Susvara was a few months ago. What else can people expect from HiFiMan in the future? With what you can share? Constant innovation, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But is there anything like a price range or category maybe you're looking at next where you guys want to go in and do something special?
Man, yeah, we are hardworking manufacturers. We have so many projects simultaneously going on. So so this year is actually a very important year for us because we have the Unveiled technology there, and so but we are still working on something which is even newer. But I don't know when we're gonna finish.
Yeah.
So
Stay tuned, for everybody out there. There is something coming.
As I said before, I mean, which product? So someone asked me which product is your favorite. I said next.
Yeah, always what you're working on next, probably. Yeah. And then, so this Unveiled technology may even trickle down to other models later, maybe to some of the other, or is it? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's important. But the problem here is that I'm not sure how low we're gonna reach.
Right.
Because the cost.
Cost. I was gonna say, production costs.
Yeah, naturally is higher.
Right.
Than the regular window shade grill or mental mesh grill.
Right.
Yeah.
So it may be something you just reserve for the higher end models.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sure.
Robert, let us know if you have any questions, and anybody else out there watching, please chime in with any questions for Fang. He's happy to answer them. How do you think CanJam has gone this year? So compared to past years, what do you think?
I think it's bigger.
Yeah, it's big, right?
More people here, right?
So many more people. I mean, right now we just opened the doors aren't even open yet, and you can already hear just the vendors, kind of the buzz happening right now. But in like 7 minutes, the doors open, and it's just going to be like hundreds and maybe 1,000 people coming through the door. It's pretty amazing. So
yeah. The line is so long yesterday. There are so many people in front of the booth. CanJam is one of my favorite shows.
Yeah, mine too. It is fun, especially this one, because I feel like there is a very large population of headphone listeners in the Southern California region. And so it's an important market, I think, for the business and the hobby, and for the industry, I should say.
Yeah, according to our statistics, in the previous 3 years, our users in the SoCal area actually doubled.
Really?
Yeah.
In the last 3 years?
Yeah.
Wow, that's impressive. Well, that makes sense. And I mean, there is a huge market for speakers, and generally, I guess it's different, but you would see maybe some of the younger listeners are more into the headphones, but that's also growing into the older listeners too, and vice versa with, speakers. But speakers used to be the thing, but in the last 5 years, it seems like headphones have just exploded, when popularity.
Yeah. it's important. It become the market improves so much. We appreciate all everybody every head fires. You guys just help us to increase the market. I mean, your post is important to us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And then, so, I mean, obviously, between these two, what do you think if you were to pick up one of these and listen to? I mean, obviously they play all music beautifully, but
Yeah.
if you were like having, for me, because when I had the HE 1000 SE, I just loved orchestral compositions, classical, some jazz. Like to me, it was like just perfect for those.
Yeah.
And then Susvara is just kind of plays everything beautifully. So is that still kind of the same? Do you think, or what would you grab for, say, classical or orchestral music, and then what would you grab for some like rock and roll or something?
Yeah. So it's actually been relating to my personal test on music.
Right.
Yeah. The story starts from in the 90s when I was a kid. Everybody knows about in the 90s in China, in my country, the salary level is pretty low.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm lucky that my parents are medical doctors, so we can afford to purchase the Walkman headphones and
Right.
some CD or cassette. You know, uh, I put all of my money on purchasing those when I was a middle school
Yeah.
student or high school student, and actually. When I was going to the high school, going to the when I going to the college, actually in 2000, in 2001, 2001, I have already got several thousand albums. At that time, there's no streaming.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah. So at that time in China, there are they import the CDs with a hole on it. So they import it as a garbage.
Really?
Yeah, and so
What? That's crazy.
it was being sold like 50 cents each.
Wow.
Yeah, so they're real CD, but it might be difficult to sell sometimes in the West, and then they ship to China, and then they sell them on the flea market for 50 cents each.
Wow.
A lot of very very famous band CD. I mean, they're so good. Yeah, so in my test, I like classic music. I
Yeah.
always go to the when I was in New York or Boston, studying for my PhD degree. I always go to BSO or Carnegie Hall or New York Philharmonic to listen to the real music concert.
Right.
At the same time, I start from rock and roll fan.
Yeah.
I remember in 1994, 1993, I was a middle school student, or high school student. I started to listen to Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scorpion.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
And all kinds
That's
of
awesome.
classic music.
Yeah.
Classic rock
Rock and roll. Yeah, sure.
Classic rock and roll music. So when I tone a device, when I work on the prototype, I always listen to, for example, Mozart or Bach, as well as Dire Straits.
Right. I love Dire Straits.
Yeah, Dire Straits. I have almost all the albums.
Yeah, they're fantastic, and the way they produce it, they're it's produced so well and recorded so well.
Yeah, I'm a big Mark Knopfler fan.
Yeah.
I'm so proud that once upon a time, we got a review done on a magazine, and the next page is Mark Knopfler's music review. So I was so proud at that time.
That's cool. I love it. Yeah. And I think we have some questions for you. So let's see. He says, how close is the sound signature that from the HE1000 Unveiled to the Susvara offering? How close are they in sound? Or they're still pretty unique in their own, right? Yeah.
The similarity is significant.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what you can do is that if you compare the HE1000 SE versus the Susvara original,
right?
The similarity is you can
hear it. Yeah.
You can hear the similarity in between the Susvara Unveiled and the 1000 Unveiled.
Yeah.
So but it's interesting if you want to compare the 1000 SE versus 1000 Unveiled. So it's going to be like this: original 1000 SE and original Susvara. when you only have it, you listen to music, you think it's transparent and no color. But once you compare it to the unveiled version, you will immediately notice that there is color in their sound signature.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So a little more flavor and color to it.
yeah, but the something that I really been proud of is that in the unveiled version of both models, they are very transparent, very detailed, and sound improved. However, the high is not harsh at all.
Oh, I love that. That's great. That's fantastic. Great question. Let's see. So he says, hi, is the HE1000 unveiled an upgrade from the HE1000 SE? I think you kind of just answered that. Or can we expect a SE unveiled? This pretty much replaces the SE, right? In the lineup?
Will still be a very strong request for the 1000 SE.
Okay, so that'll still live in the lineup then.
Yeah, it's still live in the line, but you cannot say it's from 1000 or 1000 SE. It's in the they are sharing very similar system.
Yeah.
So the 1000, 1000 SE, and 1000 Unveiled, they are very similar. So in other words, there won't be 1000 SE Unveiled. It's 1000.
Yeah. So it's like a big family, but the Unveiled is the top of the family, basically.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Great question out there, Keto. And we have time for a few more questions, so if you guys have any other questions, chime in now. Well, these are just fantastic, and I can't wait till I'm done working today so I can go, because you guys are right next to us, so I can go over there and listen for a little bit and spend some time with them. Sure. What else would you want to leave with any of our viewers right now about anything new in the future or about these headphones that maybe we haven't talked about yet?
I think I gave a lot of information about
it. You did. You covered it pretty well.
Yeah. So it really depends on there are going to be more details, such as like which amplifier can work it out, and then how to deal with the opens.
Right.
Yeah. But so one thing I want to emphasize is about the safety issues. So if you have anything which is magnet, stay away from it.
That's very good. Yeah.
So somebody yesterday put a pen on it.
Oh no!
Yeah.
On the driver?
Yeah, on the magnet.
Oh my god! Oh, on the magnet side? Oh no! Why?
Yeah. So.
Oh no!
When you listen to music, you get rid of the grill. It's
right.
important. It's get rid of the wheel.
Yes.
It's important because it will twist the sound.
Yeah. You can't leave this on, otherwise you're enclosing the entire.
The frequency response will be fucked.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, and then, but as soon as you finish your listening, please
put them back on.
Yeah, put them back
Protect
on.
them.
It's important. It's very, very important.
Yeah, that's why they're included, guys. When you're storing them, or even if you're going to set them down and go have a bite to eat or lunch or whatever, just pop them back on. You're spending a lot of money. These are beautiful. Protect them, take care of them, and then take them off when you're listening. Otherwise, the frequency response is not going to be good. Obviously, they're designed to be open headphones, so very cool. Awesome. And I think we just got a big thumbs up. So I think thank you so much, everybody, for watching. And thank you so much for joining us. And I appreciate it. I'm glad we got to get you before you fly out today. So, and you guys stay tuned. We're going to be live streaming all day today till the end of the show around 5 p.m. So we look forward to bringing more great interviews for you and hangouts so we can keep you guys entertained and have some fun if you couldn't make it to CanJam SoCal 2024. So with that, we'll see you guys on the next one. And thank you so much, and we'll see you soon.